Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have returned once again. My name is Ace. We're going to be doing some 3D modeling today. Hope you're having a great Monday. Good morning to all. Man, look, I had some technical difficulties. Otherwise, I would have started earlier, but I think, well, I don't know. We'll see. But here we are. We are continuing this. I'm trying to get through this so that way I can enact my plan of just um not fully documenting these 3D. I'm so far in. I want to just finish this now. um we're almost to the end. Okay, we're doing the we're getting into the micro details. As you can see here, I think the last time we streamed, actually I know the last time we streamed, you know why I know, because I was here. We did the pores here, and well, let's see. Yes, the alphas, right. Had a pretty chill weekend. I hope you did too. Well, for the most part, had some some problems with Dune, but it's okay. It's okay. Next time, and then we will return to it. We'll be okay. All right. We will be back to where we were before. I made some mistakes, but we're recovering from those mistakes. I think we're fully recovered. Okay. I kind of fixed all the problems I had as far as my art. And making progress with my practice sculpt that I'm using to learn animation with. It's about a couple steps behind this one, actually, since I'm pretty much all in on fully recording this particular sculpt from start to finish. We've been catching up with the other one, and yeah, that's right. You're doing the pores. There ain't gonna be no pores on the hands. How about the? Did I do the toes? I did not do the toes. So the toes have. I forgot to do the toes. That's okay. We can just smooth those out. I think we'll start here. All right. So what are we going to do? This is what we're going to do now. We are going to click the smooth brush here. These particular toes, that we're not going all in on the feet here. Every sculpt after this, I will do that. Hold on, let me adjust. I want to adjust some stuff with my levels here. The last stream that I did, which was a video game stream for Dune. Um, I was noting the volume. I want to make some adjustments here to make sure that my normal voice isn't overpowering like it is right now. If I say overpowering like that, then it's a little too loud. I don't want to redline it. Hang on. Oh, there's something with my setup here that I'm looking at real quick. Okay, you know what? We'll just go on. It's related to the late start here. I set up, trying to see if there's anything that I can adjust. Okay, that's a little better. I think maybe. I know these are things you do before you start streaming, but it's kind of hard to tell sometimes where the sweet spot is, especially depending on what you're doing. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got some things I need to look at, unrelated to the stream, but just related to some stuff that I have hooked up here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, actually no, I think we're okay. I think that was a fluke. Okay, all right, no problem. Maybe, I don't know. In any case, we are going to focus fully on this now. All right, so what I'm doing here is we're going to smooth out the fingernails. I actually forgot to mask these out the last time, and we're going to just this is what happens when you don't mask it. Okay, you're going to just have this is what you're going to have to do unless you want your fingernails to have pores, which I don't think that's a good idea. Like I said, we didn't go full 100% on these particular feet. We will every stream after. There are some things like here that weren't fully formed. The feet are, you know, the toes are together. It was really just put some feet on just to, you know, to complete the form. And they're okay, you know, they are going to serve their function. But one of the ways I'm going to improve is we're going to push the sculpts a little bit further, just for the practice of getting better. We're already making them somewhat realistic, so we're going to be, you know, going further than that, even though we don't really um, need that much detail for our references. I'm making these 3D models to use as reference for a webcomic that I have developed. It's already written. I got about 50 issues worth of writing. The story is complete for volume one. The entire volume is written. I just edit it from time to time to make sure that you know, everything makes sense, and you know, there's no plot holes, you know, no errors or anything like that. And as well as to make sure that all the segments are of the story are, they all make sense, they all lead to, you know, hopefully future installments if we can get there. We are moving a little slow with this, but after this is done, I'm going to start going fast. Okay, as fast as working and me, you know, streaming will allow. I do want to keep streaming because I like doing it, but I also have a goal of maybe doing daily uploads. Okay, and if there is a way that we can achieve that, I think streaming will probably get in the way of that unless I decide to stream that. I don't always want to stream art though, so you know, daily uploads is, that's something we're gonna have to figure out. I don't know, maybe bi-weekly. But if we can achieve the speed of daily uploads without actually doing daily uploads, I'll be fine with that too. Okay, and we don't have to get that far in because, like I said, the toes are fused together. There's really only so much realism you can get out of a fused foot. Okay, this is what we chose to do for this one. My practice sculpt currently has, sorry, still adjusting here. My practice sculpt has individual toes and is a little bit more detailed. So, and it doesn't really take that much longer. I just do it the same way I do the fingers. So we don't really have to worry, you know, about doing more and making this look realism. It's not really going to take that much more effort. Okay, that is my point. And let's see, we're almost done with the body. Once we're done with this, once we secure the micro details, we're going to redefine the clothes as well, and that shouldn't take as long. Okay, that shouldn't take as long. I don't know why I'm pointing out to nothing. You can't even see. It shouldn't take as long. All right, we're gonna get through this. As soon when this is done, whatever 3D modeling I show after this, it's gonna be at a random point in the process. Okay, because as when, you know, while I'm doing I do a little bit of sculpting off stream as well, and during that time, that time will be split between learning animation for the next step, and of course advancing this particular project for my webcomic. Okay, doing it this way is kind of slows down the progress, but I want to be able to point to a sculpt and say this is like from start to finish how I did it. Okay, just, you know, if there's anyone out there who, you know, wants to learn this and they don't want to pay for a tutorial, can learn from this. It's a little bit long form, obviously, and I am distracted for some of it sometimes, whether it be for me or if I'm, you know, just general streaming, you know, distractions. But it's essentially just like the closest thing to a tutorial you're gonna get. Okay, maybe down the line, you know, when I get really good at doing this, way better, you know, at doing this, then I can think about doing a proper tutorial where it's just start to finish. I got to look at no notes. Everything's committed to memory, which is another goal of mine. And you know, you can just go. All right. But for now, we're gonna try to stick with this for the time being, and hopefully I'll finish this soon here. Okay, because we're at the end. I might as well just keep streaming this. All right, so all right, we got the pores in. Let's see. Let's see. All right, got the pores. Yes. Okay. All right, now we're going to start getting into the alphas. All right, let me set that up real quick. Now, what I do is I commandeer a brush, and the brush that we are not going to be using anymore after this. And you know what? It doesn't even really matter. I actually, you know what? Since I'm still doing the clothes, I actually do need um want the draw sharp brushes, which is what I normally would use as the alpha brush. Okay, but since we have a bunch of these new brushes here that I don't really, how about we just use draw? Okay, we're gonna take draw. I don't really use the draw brush. It's either draw sharp or clay strips, things like that. I'm still gonna need my typical brushes, which is basically draw sharp. I see pre sharp too. We're gonna keep that just in case. Inflate, flatten, scrape, smooth, grab, inflate. These are the brushes that I. Those are like basically all the brushes, okay, that I use for sculpting. So we're going to stick to a brush that I don't normally use, and we're going to turn that into our alpha brush that we're going to use to apply. Okay, so I'm clicking draw. Okay, now we need to go to texture properties down here, new. Okay, why did that why did that take a little bit of time to do? That's okay, it's fun. Um, open, and now this is completely dependent on what the person would have. Since we're not I don't want you to look through my computer files. Okay, it's a lot of game stuff anyway, but basically reference. You will see in a second. Don't worry. I'm just gonna navigate to the folder where all my alphas are, which is in my reference folder. Where did I put it? Was it in the Blender folder? Yes, there we go. All right, Blender folder alphas, and this is basically all my alphas. You can get all of these alphas came from the I think it was ZBrush's website. They have free alphas on their website. Okay, so you can get all kinds of stuff, and as you can see here, we got alien skin, we got ribbing. I think that's for clothing. Burn skin, fabric, which is what we're going to be using for clothes, of course. Folds, jeans, weaves, zipper, pocket. I don't know what those are. I'm gonna have to take a look at those alphas. I don't know what these alphas are either. Cotton weave. These are probably all related to clothes. Veins, of course. Veins, good. Fleece, laces, leather, all this stuff. Okay, they got all this stuff on their website, so you can just pick whatever you want. Right. We're going to be using Pores 5, which is right here. All right, and you just click that, and it should show over here. There we go. There's some pores right there. This is what the pores look like. You got pores ready to go, and you can just apply those onto your face. Okay, it's very simple, very easy. You can go on ahead and just, instead of just individually making pores or just relying on these, if you want to get real, if you want to really go into realism, then that's how you do it. Okay, that's how it's done. So this is what we got to do. Now the next thing is, okay, active tool. Let's see where we. There we go. Active tool. Scroll down. Okay, here's the workspace. Whoa, it was already selected. Workspace. Right. Workspace. settings, texture. Oh, right here, of course. All right, here, and you want to go to right to about right here, okay? And the texture, mapping, area plane, we have that. Stroke method, right, is right down here. You want to switch this to anchored, okay? Then, I think that's it, right? Now there's sample bias. Where was that at? Oh, right here. Okay. This is up to you, really, but I have learned to do a sample bias of. Can I? Okay, that's what I thought. Of this amount, 0.0 negative 0.03. Okay, that seems to work. That's the way I've learned. And we have let's see, looking at strength. Where's strength at? Strength is out there. Options. No. I think we're good here. You know what? Let me just go ahead and just put that away. Let me put everything away that I know I don't need. Except for stroke. We need stroke. Lots of size. No, we want to leave remesh out because, don't want to go looking for that because I always forget where it is. So options? Is it under options? No. There's no strength? Oh, the strength up here. Right. Sorry, I have to sometimes, for numbers and stuff, I have all this stuff written down. And this is why I wrote it down because it's a lot to remember. You want to go to about 130 something, okay? Again, this is up to you, but these are the numbers that I use, okay? And also, it's not 130, it's about 115. We got 116 here, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? And now we're going to put these specific pores here because, actually, you know what? Let me grab some reference real quick. The question is, where did I put them? Let's see. Give me help. No. Reference. People. Is it under anatomy? It should be under anatomy. Do I have pores there? Do I have skin under anatomy? Hang on, I'm looking for some pores reference that I should have had prepared already, but I kind of wasn't really I wasn't really sure where I left off until I opened the thing and I did it right before I opened the stream. So here we are. Let me just get some pores going here. Do I even have this or did we rely off of the website? There's like a website that has these really in-depth hang on, people, these really in-depth pictures where you can zoom all the way into the pores. You can see how their pores are. I was using that. I don't know if you can if I can take one of those pictures and just put them in pure ref because they're really like super high def cameras. Okay. I'm going to try to show you an example here. Let's see. I have to go through my bookmarks now. I'm so sorry about this. Let's see. Where is? I don't even remember the site. Oh yeah, I guess I do. Is it Bobby Dashund or something like that? And it was a WordPress site, so I should be able to find that quickly. I doubt it though. Daniel Boschung is Bos Boschung. Okay. Okay. We have not. And this is basically what I'm talking about. It's his face right here. Okay. Let's see. Like a lot of these characters are kind of, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell how old these people are, but um, they got a lot of very unique looking individuals here. As you can see, all these people. I don't know who they are or where they're from, but they showed up for this. Uh, let's see. Let's use this guy. As you can see here, this guy right here, right? You can hang on, zoom in. Wait, wait. All right, hold on. Let's go full screen. Can I? Can I? No, that's not. Okay, it's not letting me zoom. Okay, zoom in. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. You can zoom all the way in and see exactly how the pore. You can probably just zoom into the pore at this point. Let's look out there. You can see, start seeing the little hairs and what. This is how your skin looks all the way up close. And as you can see, the pores around the cheeks are way bigger than everywhere else. Okay, and and this is like if you want to do like something with realism, that's how you can look at things like this and um, and basically get an idea of how to do the pores in the skin. The forehead's a little bit smoother, but the pores that are there are a little bit different. Okay, you got the head. You can see all the black heads on his nose. Might want to get some Noxzema there, buddy. No, I'm joking. Anyways, but yeah, the point is that these pores are very large, and that's pretty much what we're trying to emulate here. Okay, I got that on the side here as a reference. I don't think I can take this picture and just put it over in PureRef. Copy image, paste. Let's see if I can paste it. Okay, we got it, but it's not as high def. It's not as high definition. Does it need to be? I don't know. This is what I got on PureRef now. Okay, you can see the difference. You can kind of zoom in a look. You can zoom in enough just to see. All right, you can see a little bit of the blackheads, but not as in depth as this. Okay, so I mean, we can just use the browser itself as a reference, and since I have another monitor, I could just place that over there and be fine. Okay, but you can see the difference. Okay, if you really need to really say, like if you were doing this, I don't know, for some reason you were doing this by hand or making a texture, you could easily like you can get these crater like things going, make a texture out of that, and then you can just you can get a decent idea of how that looks if you needed that much detail. We don't, because we already have pre-made alphas, so that's what we're going to be using. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so we're just going to do what we've seen there. We just going ahead and zoom the guy in here. All right, now I think we have everything set. The radius is the only thing left. All right, I should be able to just drag the pores right on, and we may have to use control because now he has bumps. Oh, what? Stop. All right, let's go to about right there. So we're going to control Z that. Hold control. There we go. Now, you could do it this way. What I like to do is just put in a bunch of pores here at different strengths, okay? Because you're going to have like get more intense as they get toward this cheekbone here. Or maybe just like, just like a kind of like a radius where it's like intensified in the center and then kind of goes out here. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. All right. So we just got to hold control down the whole time, which is it could be annoying, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll be all right. We don't have to get. I mean, you can get as basically as detailed as you want at this point. We have that, and then let's see strength. I'm gonna increase the strength just a lot, and then we're gonna go ahead and just put more intense things in the center. like so. All right. And it's mirrored, so the other side is the same, and we can probably just leave it like that. I think that's fine. We have pores everywhere else. It's just mainly just those areas. Okay. And you want to now I'm just looking at the general face here. There's much lighter pores up here, right? Up in the forehead region. So I'm gonna decrease them. I mean, we could just leave them like I think we could probably get away with leaving them like this, but no, just do them. Oh, I don't know. Looking at the face here, looking at this person's face, and it's looking like that. I can probably just leave leave the forehead like this, but I know I don't. I don't do that. I normally just put add stuff here. You know what? Maybe we can add these pores like around the outside of the forehead a little bit, and those are not done with control held down. Those are going to be some bumps. We don't want bumps like that. Not those kind of bumps. It's going to look weird. So we can probably go like this. Kind of just go around a little bit. I'm thinking of the forehead is like protruding out here, and I'm just putting the pores just around that protrusion a little bit. That's kind of what I'm doing. It's kind of like like a triangle. What is my mouse doing? Sorry. Anyways, it's kind of like a triangle shape. Just imagine right where this brow is to about up here is where we're putting these pores at. And keep in mind that your eyebrow is going to be like covering most of this area anyway, so you're not going to really see too much over here. I mean, you can put pores there if you want. Just giving. Oh, these are not done with control. Anyways, you don't want them on the lids, the eyelids. I mean, it's fine if you do that, I guess, but I'm trying to avoid putting them in places where they probably shouldn't be. You can't even notice them because we already have like like the base pores, right there, which is fine. I'm going to go into the nose area. You can probably smooth some things out too. This is a very smooth, oily surface, right? And I just realized that I didn't finish my notes here. That's very unfortunate. All right, no problem. We're gonna call an audible on this one. I'm very unprepared for this today. All right, so let's see. It's kind of just gonna smooth out some of this a little bit just around the nose area because, and not too much. We don't want to completely get rid of the pores. Just gonna smooth out some of the nose just a little bit because it's very. I mean, there's still pores there, but it's a smoother surface than say right here where we just put all these pores that just go around just a little bit, kind of smooth them a little, ever so slightly. Make sure that there's something there. It's not completely smooth, but it's we have like pockets of untouched pores. I'm just trying to get rid of those. Just kind of dull them just a little bit. And I think the pores on like a woman's face are smaller. Let's take a look. So if you're doing a woman, this is how they're going to look. Let me click on this one real quick. And you see, this is what I was using. And as soon as the picture loads, because these are very high definition pictures, so they're going to take a minute to load, but it shouldn't take this long. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because I have one loaded already. It looks like you can only have one of these pictures up at a time. That's how powerful they are. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the website's just having problems. I don't know why. Why this is happening now? Zoom the hell in. What in the world? Okay, I guess it's just not gonna. See. Let me see if I could just. I'm just gonna copy the picture, paste it. All right, that's good enough. As you can see here, her pores in this area are. This is the woman here. Her pores are much smaller, but you can still tell that they're there. Okay, so that's the difference between men and women. Their pores are a little bit smaller than a man's, so you can see I got both of them in the same thing. Much more larger than this this one here. These are smaller, but that's the difference. So if you're doing this for a woman and you're doing something that's um hyper, not hyper, but more realism than something that is idealized, then that's what you're going to look for. All right, so we got some pores here, some pores there. Is there something else? Because I don't. I'm kind of winging it because I don't have I didn't put any notes for the rest of this. There's other pores that I add into this, and I actually forgot to put which pores that I use. That's something I'm going to have to fix later in the week. It's okay though. Not a big deal. I can pretty much from here. Wait, go back. Yeah, from here I should be able to wing it because I've done it enough times. We got the wrinkles. We have uh, the elbows. We got the wrinkles on the forehead. We have crow's feet because this person is he's kind of older. He's not super young, so we're gonna add all those things in, and those things are actually in young people too. They're just not as strong. These are the things that are part of aging. I'm looking at the pictures now. I'm trying to find an example to show you, but apparently, well, okay, just basically the more of those types of things you add, the younger or older they're going to look, or sorry, the older they're going to look, or if you take them away, they're going to look younger. All right, so pores we got. I don't remember which wrinkles I use. So okay, those are knuckles obviously because it says knuckles. Fingernails we don't need them. Wrinkles 4 9. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, I have pores number 4 too here too. Let me try to see what that does by opening. What? Why can't I open them? I just open. Oh, okay. Reference blender alpha wrinkles pores 5 right there. Now, what was I looking at? I put pores 5. Where's pores 4? Here we go. I wanted to see what pores. Oh, I see. I wanted to see what pores 4 was. Okay, these are a little bit more. Let me try something here. Because I think I've only downloaded the ones that I actually used. So I mean, I can probably just guess from here. Don't really need notes for them. I mean, we already did that area. Here's my strength. Oh, it's at 101. Okay. You know what? Let me just go down a little bit. All right. Kind of go around, just around this area. I'm just radiating out from here because there's still going to be a little bit larger pores in this area and it can overlap. It's completely fine. Sorry, some of my stuff updated and it's not working properly, and it's highly distracting. Anyways, let's take a look at our reference now. We're going back to our reference. Probably shouldn't use one that has a beard because I can't see the entire face. The hair is covering it, and this guy is way too old. What in the world? All right, so let's see. Copy image, and we're just gonna paste the image right over that guy. Okay, let's go down. Yeah, his pores are super different because he's much older. This guy has tattoos. I don't know why they would put him there because you can't really see what's going on. Paste. All right, this guy is just neck tattoos. So now I'm just gonna see his entire face. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So let's see about this guy right here. All right. Yeah, you see how his pores kind of just keep going out, and then these are bumps. We can actually put bumps here, and I have the pores for that. And all I have to do is just not hold control when I'm adding those. So how about this? Put just regular pores here without control. That'll make them bumps and can put them around here. Not really going to see them because we don't have the. I'm going to go back 3 times because that's how many I put. We're going to go back to 150. How about that? Let's see how 150 looks. Yeah, that's fine. These are it's a little bumpier here, kind of more raised around that area. Now wearing makeup, this is what you're gonna see. I don't know why that was funny. Anyways, all right. So kind of gonna just. All right, let's go back down to 90. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna hold control for this because this is down here. Just radiate out a little bit, get further and further out. Our base texture will cover the rest. This kind of varies it a little bit, so it's not all uniform. It's not very natural to just have even pores all over the body. So we're kind of just varying them a little bit. I think this is fine, to be honest. I think this is okay. It's very, very simple things here. There was a way to just change them, but I'm just gonna just X them out, open. I don't know why it's not saving though. To reference render alphas. Now we got, let's try some wrinkles. I got 2 wrinkles here. Which one was 4? Whatever. Oh my. Oh, I've got the selected reference blender alphas. That's what happened last time too. I say wrinkles. Let's try wrinkles 4. Select it, then open the image. And whatever these do, and I think that I was using that for elbows. We're just going to do the elbows now. And you can see I put something there already, but let me turn up the strength just a little bit so we can see them. Now, I did show my last sculpt before, and on that sculpt, I went a little overboard with the wrinkles on the elbow. I'm going to try not to do that this time. But they're there. There they are right there. We got them on the other side. That's enough. I think we can conclude that as done. We got that. I'm just going to do the, well, that's a little little too much for the knees. Matter of fact, let me get some reference on the knees here. Got all the faces out now. I thought I made a reference with these, but I guess maybe I didn't. With the pores. I'm sorry, I'm not centered. Why am I not centered? Because I wasn't sitting up. I'm just slowly sitting backwards more and more. My chair does not allow me to. For some reason, it's not letting me sit upright like this. I use my chair to force myself to sit upright because I lounge so much. Anyways, do this again. Crank it. It won't crank anymore. I'm just gonna sit up manually now. All right. That way we're not just off to the side. Again, these are things that okay, now you're just gonna go all the way over, huh? It's gonna go all the way over. That's my AC there. I should just do a green screen. No, don't do that. There's my fan. What the fuck? Stop. Go. Come back. All right. There we go. I guess. I don't care. Anyways, what we got here? Wrinkles 4. I actually have a green screen too. The stand is right next to my lamp right there. You can see there's a little stick there. It's like a tripod. I have just never used it. I haven't used it yet. Because now it's summer and oh, I have my fan now. My fan is just right there. If I put a green screen up, it's gonna block the AC and it's gonna get really warm in this corner of my room. Okay. I didn't want that to happen. So I opted for not using it. I was going to use it during the winter, but I didn't really. I mean, this year I didn't really stream as much as I thought I would in the winter because I had to take some time off. But maybe next winter we'll put it up, or maybe I should just put it up, period, and see. Just try it out. But anyway, enough about that. X open. If you're wondering, I have a cover over my AC because the little stretchy part that you block out the negative space around the AC that doesn't it doesn't fit perfectly. If I have the AC sitting flush with the wall, like perfectly, matching the angle of the wall, for some reason the water that the AC produces will leak inside of my room and it messed up the paint in that corner. So I kind of have to angle it up slightly so the water, drips out the back, and then I just cover the rest of it. I put a cover around it, so that's why it looks weird, and I don't want that on the stream. Okay. Every time I look at it, it bothers me. So I don't want to. I don't want to show it on the stream, but it's just the AC with like a cover around it that I put. Where are we at? Desktop reference. It's not a problem because when it gets cooler, I just put the curtains over it because I'm not using it because it's cold. But during the summer, I have the AC on so I don't cover it. Let's see. Blender, no, Blender. Alphas. All right, wrinkles 9. Let's try that. And we have to select it there. Okay, that's more for what the elbow should be on the elbows. Okay, if I must say, and this is why I went overboard because I probably did this the last time. I was like, oh, I should probably just put those over, and I did it. I guess that's you can probably use that for the skin too. We're just gonna put one. I'm not gonna like completely destroy the elbows with details. Okay, that doesn't seem like something that would be on the knee, so I'm gonna go ahead and just Control Z that, and we'll just leave what's there alone. X. I'm gonna X this out. I'm gonna switch back to the other wrinkle. I'm gonna put some forehead wrinkles in. I really don't like the fact that this is not saving the location that I'm opening up. Desktop, reference, Blender, Alpha, and we want to go back to wrinkles 4. Select it, open image. Okay, here we go. All right, we got a wrinkle here, and I'm gonna go real light because this is really gonna affect the way the age of the person. So we're going to go down to about 80 or so. And since it's in the center, we're getting the mirror is kind of affecting it somewhat. So I'm going to Control Z that, turn off symmetry. Maybe go right there. That's good enough. That way he's not, he's an older person, but he's not too old. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go up to 100. Why did that turn back on? Also, I want to Control Z that again and hold Control for this. Keeps turning back on every time I think it's every time I Control Z it turns back on. So that's fine, I guess. There, how about that? There. Now they don't really go up that far as I know. I'm not really using a reference for that. Let me consult some reference though. Oh, he's not in that. Okay, yeah, go to about right here. I think we can get the hair to cover the rest. Or, what we could do is smooth out. No, I don't want to smooth out. I'm gonna mess up the I'm going to mess up the pores if I do that. So what I'm going to do instead is go a little smaller. I'm gonna do it again. Where's the draw brush? There it is. Okay. And it will stay. I think you can actually save this. Not that you would, but don't. If you want to go back to your draw brush, all you would have to do is just X that out. It should be good. But normally I use a brush that I never use for this. So, and if you open up a new project, of course this will not carry over to any future projects. So you have to do the whole thing again, which is how I prefer to do it. All right, how about this? I don't really see the wrinkles don't really match when you do like multiples, and I don't want to make them too old looking. He's not a super old man, but how about that? And it's very subtle, okay? And you know what? I'm gonna get rid of that one. I think it's too far away from this one. How about this? That's fine. All right. And if you make someone a little, I don't know, younger people have that too. Sometimes it's just a genetic thing. Okay, you can kind of see it on me. It's not as prominent. Okay, unless I go like this. Eyebrows are kind of expressive a little bit, but for the most part, it's very subtle. It also depends on the person. Okay, I spend a lot of time like this, so it's like so it's they come out a little better for me. They come out a little stronger. If I'm anything but deadpan, you'll see something. All right, but we got them there. All right, let's X this out. And what I am going to do now, why do I have this here? I had another pure ref window for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let's go to the hands. As you can see, we had knuckles. We have knuckle wrinkles. I think they've shown on the stream already, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, we're going to do the knuckles. Fighting Freak Knuckles. Open. Yes, open. Open. Desktop reference. That was not reference. I said reference. Blender. Blender. Alphas. I think I could just straight up open from here. You know, if I exit out, then I have to start the whole thing over. But if I straight up open it, then it should return me to where I was before. All right. Now, if you look at a hand, okay, they're not all the same. Okay, so I have a bunch of them. I have like five. You don't want to use the same ones for the entire fingers. That's where I'm headed with this. Okay, we got knuckle 1, 2, 3, and I think that's it. Right? Broken net. Oh, okay, no. I got a lot of stuff that I know that I could see myself using. All right, but I got 3 knuckles. All right, we're on the knuckles, so let's focus on that. We got 3, and I mix and match. Okay, because they're not all the same. You can use all the same if you want, but if you it's gonna look a little unrealistic. We already got some stuff there, so that'll kind of like diversify them further, I guess. Be a little closer so we can see. That actually doesn't look bad, but I want them. I want a little stronger. Okay, just a little stronger. How about 130? Since I have 3 knuckles, but 4 fingers and a thumb, right? And I said it that way just so nobody gets triggered from that. Everyone says 5 fingers. Most people say 5 fingers, but 4 fingers and a thumb. I guess the thumb doesn't count. So what I do is 2 fingers share the same. I alternate them, of course, and then we can just go on ahead and it's open. Now, since we're now back in the folder we started from, we can just go back and that'll save us all the trouble of going through the entire directory path, like we've been doing so far. We're using knuckle 1. Let's try knuckle 3. I don't know. I don't remember what any of these look like. Okay, that one's a little rough. How about the thumb for this one? How about the thumb and I already did the ring finger, didn't I? The thumb and the middle finger. You can't really put the thumb side by side with other fingers, so you're not really going to immediately tell if this is the same. And you can always just flip them upside down, do them at different strengths to try to vary them. What we put there already is all the variation I really go for, to be honest. So that's why I did it that way. All right, even though we were just going to put an alpha over it, it's for variance. Okay, so they don't always look the same. And we're going to go back again, and I'm just going to use let's see, I did 1, 2, the knuckle. Actually, I didn't do wait, did I do something else? Did I do you know what? Okay, let's put it right here. How about them? How about them apples? There, it's done. You can go full. You can have them raised. You can have them indented. Doesn't really matter. Oops, back. All right, knuckle 2, and that's really just going to leave us the pinky. Also, I didn't have symmetry turned on, so I got to do the other hand now. That's okay. That's just more variance. And you know what? I'm going to turn symmetry on after this, okay? And that will vary the hand even more, apparently. And what we got here? We got how about this? How about like that? Actually, you know what? Let's not do it that way. Let's just turn symmetry off. This is another way you could vary it. honestly. So we're going to use 3 for the ring and index for this hand. And then let's see. We use knuckle 1, I believe, for the index and ring. So let's try that with the thumb. Okay, we're going to do the thumb. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm going to look at it straight on so we can see better. There we go. That's much better. How about like that? You know what? I want to move it up some because this area should be smooth. Look at your thumb right now. Everything above the knuckle, it's some wrinkles above there, but it's not as far as we were putting them. So let's do that. All right. Yeah. And let's see. We got knuckle. I think knuckle 2 is left, and that's for the pinky. Knuckle 2. I'm sure there are other alphas out there, but these are really the only ones that I use when making a body or a person. So uh, this thing is, it's a work in progress. This reference folder. Fabric, skin, pores, wrinkles. Where was the knuckles? Where are they? I don't see them. What happened? Oh, they're up here. Okay, let's do knuckle 2. Knuckle 2 for the pinky. Open that image, please. I didn't select it. I didn't select it. I just didn't select it. I don't know why. Knuckle 2, yes. Open. Select open. It doesn't open whatever's in the folder if you just press open. Just a little tediousness. It's okay. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna worry about the feet because the feet are kind of, they're not really fully formed because they're just gonna be in a shoe. I just, but that will change next time. Every feet after this one will be just as detailed as the hands, just in case. Right? And to get better at doing these things here. Um, let's see. Yeah, that is because I did not prepare my notes for this, so we are, and I didn't realize how quick this would go. Okay, we are. I'm not really sure where to go from here. I think let's see. Do we bake the body? No, we still have to do the veins and whatnot, but I do those by hand. I want to make sure that there's nothing else that I need to do. I'm not really sure. I forgot to prepare for the stream. I have my notes for this stuff, but I didn't finish them. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're gonna cut it short here. I have some stuff that I gotta to troubleshoot over here on my thing. I'm sorry for the short stream, but we're going to finish this. I promise. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the VOD or on YouTube, wherever you may be. I will be back tomorrow, and we're going to have our ducks in a row once again. All right. We had a late start, and we're cutting it short, so here we are. Okay. But I will be back tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you, and take care. We're gonna be better prepared tomorrow. I kind of forgot where I was with this one, okay? Because we've been working on the other one so much.